Hi, I'm Ashley Park with IdeateTV. We're at Strategicon, and right here is Ian Stedman of Magic Meeple Games. And Ian, I just wanted to ask you, how did you get started in the gaming industry?
Well, a few years ago, I started designing games. Well, I've actually been a game designer since I was a little kid, and as I got older and older and older and get more and more into it, I started making them as gifts. One of the first games I made was one of the first games I really put a lot of effort to and made was a gift for my wife back in 2006, 2007. And she was really impressed with it, and she started showing her friends. And eventually, she showed it to the right person that said, "Hey, my boss used to be a consultant for all these game companies. Why don't you send a copy over to him? Find out what he thinks, and maybe you can start doing this more seriously." So I did, and he mentored me and took good care of me. I found out about the Game Crafter, got started there. Next thing you knew, I designed Magnum Opus, got picked up by Clever Mojo Games and Game Salute. They published it a year or so ago. And my friend Michael Coe of Gameland Games said, "Hey man, you should get into the publishing scene." So the timing was right with my job, and I had an opportunity to do this and take it full force, full time. So here I am, kind of in between a designer and a publisher role and a developer role, wearing all these hats at once, which is something I'm totally used to. And throughout my life, I've done things where I've had to do multiple roles at once. So it's just a perfect, beautiful fit for me, and I'm having a blast doing it. So.
Awesome, that sounds great. Well, do you do any Kickstarter campaigns for your project?
Yes, our first big project, Dark Rock Venture, is going to be co-published by Magic Meeple Games and Gameland Games, and it's hitting Kickstarter July 14th of this year. Over the next week or so, we're actually doing a giveaway right now. We're giving away 30 preview copies of the game. They're going to be print and play style for review, and it's totally free to enter, so anyone who's interested in that can get on it at www.magicmeeplegames.com.
Awesome. Well, how has the industry changed, do you think, since when you first started?
Kickstarter has changed everything. When I first started this, Kickstarter was just sort of this nebulous idea that people were saying, "Hey, you should really look into this and think about, putting your own games out there." I wasn't brave enough to do it, but my buddy Michael Coe was, and he was totally successful with it. And he's come back to me and said, it's like, you can see this is working, so let's do this. And it's the industry's growing, between Kickstarter and YouTube and people like Will Wheaton getting in on this and really bringing the subculture out into the open. And it's not just like, "Oh, you play board games, I love Monopoly too." No, people know what Settlers of Catan are, people know what Dominion is and Magic the Gathering and all these different games that gamers like you and me have known about for decades, but now it's becoming, it's cool now. It's a cool thing to do now. So I love that. It's a dream come true for me. That's something, it's grown. I love it. It's a part of me. It's a part of who I am, and it's something I want to do forever.
Last question, do you have a favorite project that you've designed?
Oh, that I designed? Oh, wow. You know what? I've been working on this pirate game called, it's a little small footprint. It's a small game like this one. I haven't exactly determined what we're going to call it, but I think we're going to stick with 9 islands. It's like a pick-up and delivery game, piracy on the high seas, real quick playing, and that is probably the favorite project of mine that I'm working on right now that I designed. But Dark Rock Ventures by Michael Eskew, I've fallen in love with it. It's a great game. I love it. I have just no shame in promoting this and telling people how great it is. I mean, because it is. I feel honest in doing this, and it's amazing. I love it.